Peace, peace, peace. And we back. Had to try this again. Welcome to another episode of the Parry where we don't pull, duck, no punches. And the parry is fundamental to boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Bomani UFG. And I'm here with my brother, the pragmatic Trey Black. My fault. Introduce yourself, brother.
It's the pragmatic shade black. You already know how I sound. Snap, crackle, pop.
I heard a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was. Yeah, it's snap crackling. Yep.
Yes, this time. I forget this.
Definitely snap crackling, but we gonna get through this. You know what I'm saying? Just wanna
Figure this one out, man.
just wanna remind people, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Slap around that share button, let the people know we here. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and thread at the Parry 101. All handles are the same. Yeah, man. Oh man. The sound is horrible.
I'm about to fix this one.
Alright. But we here talking about an eventful night of boxing last night. You had this moment right here, man. Like, who would have thought? You know what I'm saying? I think the whole boxing world was wrong last night. Well, got proven wrong when the Predator, former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, put the WBC and the lineal heavyweight champion on his ass. Man, this was totally unexpected. I don't think anybody predicted this to happen. Maybe some MMA guys, but us here in the boxing world didn't foresee what is perceived or who we look at as the best heavyweight on the planet getting put on his ass by an MMA guy. Most MMA dudes didn't fare well when it comes to boxing. I mean, you had Tyron Woodley getting knocked out by a YouTuber. One of my favorite MMA fighters and Nate Diaz, he pretty much got dropped and lost to the same YouTuber. So, you know, most MMA guys don't really fare well when they come over into the realm of boxing, man. But Francis Ngannou, he showed us something different, man. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of interesting to see. But other than that, you had the O'Shaquie Foster, Rocky Hernandez fight. And for those who missed out on that one, man, you missed a pretty good fight. O'Shaquie was, in my opinion, losing that fight. Needed a knockout to win. Came back in the 12th round. Finished him to win the fight. The 11th round, in my opinion, was probably round of the year. Both fighters getting hurt. O'Shaquie putting the beats on my man in the 11th round. Then homeboy came back, hurt him. It was an action-packed fight, man. It was an action-packed fight. Jay Black.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm with you. I feel like that fight was a perfect example of how with the heavyweight. Well, I keep talking about this weak heavyweight division. However, I must admit though, we may have a new star. I was talking about, you got to find somebody, one of these young American brothers out here. However, it just might be a Cameroon brother, a brother from Africa. You know what I'm saying? We may just have a new star in the division with one fight, with one professional fight under his belt. We may have a new star.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like young Trey and Boys in the Hood. Like it or not, you from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't African. I'm Crenshaw Mafia. Shout out to Francis Ngannou, aka Goonie Goo Goo. Whatever y'all was trying to clown my man, you know what I'm saying? Try to tell y'all, man, y'all can't disrespect. But real quick, before we delve deeper into this fight, uh, I just want to give props to the zone, man. Everybody's be focusing on what PBC is doing over at Showtime and what Top Rank is doing over at ESPN, and there's no doubt about it. They have the higher marquee names, and clearly they putting on shows with more exclusive networks. But what Eddie Hearn is doing over there on the Zone with some of them fight cards, where like if you're a hardcore like myself, you familiar with some of these names. They not marquee names, but nonetheless, they putting on some of the best fights. Keep it a bean. Them British dudes, man, they be trying to go in. They be going in. I ain't gonna lie. But O'Shaquie Foster versus Rocky Hernandez last night, awesome fight. You know what I'm saying? O'Shaquie was getting, was probably losing most of those rounds. Needed to knock out the win. Came back 12th round, finished dude. 11th round, like I said, in my opinion, was probably round of the year. Just a great night of boxing last night. But back to this Fury and Ngannou thing, man. Let me just play this. Let me play this clip real quick. It's really quick. Hopefully you won't miss it. But hold on. Now, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing for me, man, when it comes to what happened last night. One with that knockdown. That was he caught the hook and returned fire with his hook and dropped his ass with one punch. With a left hook, and he had that look like how he looked when Deontay dropped him those few times. Like, what the hell just happened? You know what I mean? But here's also another thing that stands out to me about that knockout is when he got up. Did you see the back fat on my man? Pause. Like, did he really take his training serious or what, man? Like, look, Tyson Fury usually steps into the ring with the dad bod. I get it. But to me, it's also it's indicative of how you training and how seriously you take your training. Now, everybody's not going to look like Francis Ngannou. You know what I mean? Everybody's not going to look like Deontay Wilder. So, everybody got different body types. But my man really be coming in the ring with the dad bod. You know what I'm saying? He be looking like your average, like he just hopped up off the couch and, you know what I mean, trained for a few days and got in the ring. You know what I mean? When he fought Deontay Wilder, he was a lot leaner. He wasn't chiseled or nothing, but you could tell that he was in the gym. He was leaner. He looked more conditioned. And in this fight, the back fat, fam, like he had the back fat flabbing, you know what I'm saying, on the trunks. And I'm just like, yo, dude looked like he didn't really take this fight seriously. And I ain't trying to take away nothing from Francis Ngannou, but how seriously was Tyson Fury really taking this fight in your opinion, bro? I mean, looking like that, on top of just getting knocked down by what some people would call a novice, physically, man, he looked like Homer Simpson, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. There's no sound coming out. Your mic not even muted, but I don't hear nothing. Still no sound. I don't know what's going on. You're having a lot of technical difficulties over there on your side, brother. But the show, you know what I'm saying? The show don't stop. But yeah, let's try to straighten that out, man. Maybe leave and come back again. I don't know.
All right,
just sound. Oh wait, there you go. There you go. Say something.
You said, there I go?
Yeah, you good now.
Okay.
It's not crackling.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave and come out. I'm gonna change the how I come in. Pause.
All right, cool. Yeah. I'm here. I hold it down. I got it.
Yeah, I'll be back. Just give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. Yeah, so like you got Tyson Fury coming into the ring looking like he just hopped off the couch, like he just dropped his kids off at school, you know what I'm saying, and got in the ring with the dad bod, man. So I'm not sure how seriously he was taking this fight, but in my opinion, he lost. I'm just gonna be real, man. I thought he lost. I thought Francis Ngannou landed the more impressive shots. You know what I mean? He hit him. He hit it. He landed the harder shots. Plus the knockdown. I thought he dictated the pace of the fight, even though Tyson Fury was, you know, was trying to do his Tyson Fury thing with the feints and a lot of the moving and all of this and that. None of that shit was really effective. What I did notice is what something they pointed out on the broadcast is how Ngannou wasn't biting on none of the he wasn't biting on the what do you call it, on the feints. He was standing right there in the pocket with homeboy and going toe to toe with son. Like, it was impressive to watch, man. Somebody that many consider to be a novice. He doesn't know, everybody predicted this man to get dog walked, including myself. For him to come in there and do what he did to the WBC champ, the lineal champ, somebody who beat the likes of Vladimir Klitschko. He beat Deontay Wilder twice, even though, some of those wins is questionable in my eyes in regards to, some of the accusations about cheating. But nonetheless, he did beat probably the baddest man on the planet in Deontay Wilder when he was at his peak. Might have changed him moving forward. So what the hell happened? Like, y'all tell me, man, like in the comment section, let us know who you thought won the fight. And what you think is next, man, for Tyson Fury. I mean, I was kind of disgusted by that 90, I think it was a 96, 93 scorecard. That was crazy to me. Like, that was crazy. 96, 93 was crazy. I thought at best it could possibly be a draw. I could see maybe a draw. A couple of those rounds, but with the knockdown, I felt Ngannou, I felt Ngannou won that fight, but at worst, a draw. I did not see Tyson Fury winning that fight at all, even though there are people who are disputing that, who's saying different. So, considering the fight was kind of close, Fury in certain spots did show a stinging jab. He was throwing that 1-2 with conviction, trying to change the look of the fight, trying to use some more of his experience. And dictate the pace of the fight. But Ngannou wasn't having it, man. Ngannou wasn't having it. So shout out to Ngannou. Shout out to Cameroon and Africans everywhere, including Africans in America. That's right. Like Trey from Boys in the Hood said, you African, whether you want to be or not. You know what I'm saying? You ain't Crenshaw Mafia. Feel me? You know what I mean? But I enjoyed the fight, man. I didn't, I'm not gonna say whether I didn't pay for the pay-per-view. I'm sorry, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be, a gimmick fight, a sideshow. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be a sideshow, but it ended up being a real fight. And so, what's next for Francis Ngannou? You know what I'm saying? Brother Jabril Africa says the brother Francis Ngannou won the fight. It was clear highway robbery. I would agree. I would agree, man. I don't know about if it was a highway robbery. I think it was close enough to where it's debatable in some people's eyes. Like, I mean, when people say they think Fury won the fight, I can't totally be like, yo, you're bugging. I just think the knockdown is what, for me, is what won him the fight. And a lot of those rounds was close. I think the round after the knockdown, I think Fury came back and won round 4. Legit. I think Fury came back, won round 4. And but the early rounds, like rounds 1 and 2, I gave to Ngannou. Real talk. No, I think I might have split those rounds. I think round 1 I gave to Ngannou. Round 2 might have been Fury or vice versa. But round 3 was a 2-point round for Ngannou. Ngannou knocked him down, so that was a 10-8 round. Round 4 I gave to Fury. Rounds 5. rounds 5, 6, and maybe even like rounds 5 and 6. I think I gave to Ngannou. Ngannou started to kind of be a little bit inactive, started to tire a little bit around round 8, 9, and then that last round, I think I might have gave to Ngannou, but I really would have to watch it again. By that point, by round 10, I was totally in shock. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I was like, yo, this dude just won this fight. This dude just won this fight, and I really couldn't believe what I was looking at. My co-host Che Black is back.
Yeah,
How's it
man.
sound?
Shout
There you
out to
go.
Gooney Goo, man. He won that fight, big. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's the year of the goons, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the goons.
Yeah, man. Nah, he won that fight legit though, man. Yeah, man.
But was it a robbery?
Absolutely. Was it a heist? Was it a robbery? Yeah, it was a robbery. It was definitely a robbery. It was definitely. When you have a fight that was that clear of the winner, like it wasn't, and I mean, it got to be reviewed again, looked at with a different set of eyes, of course. But from the first viewing, I'm looking at it like, was I just seeing a guy not do what he was supposed to do, and I was just penalizing him for that? For example, the Roy Jones, first Roy Jones Tarver fight.
Right.
Roy Jones won that fight, but because he struggled so much in that fight, to the average viewer who's used to seeing Roy Jones dominate, it appeared that he lost that fight, or it really did because he did struggle, and we seen him lose rounds in that fight. With that being said, I just need to make sure that wasn't the case here. Was I looking at someone who should have done better? Like I said, he claimed that he had a 12-week camp instead of 6-week camp. So, he looked like he didn't take it serious. He looked like, he didn't practice at all. I meant to say he didn't train. He just figured he could just come in there and win the fight just based off of being the boxer versus the MMA fighter. And now they got one up on us. Like, it is what it is now.
Well, look, man. I mean, considering if you go by the record, I mean, I wouldn't say they got one up on us. Considering how many MMA fighters came crossed over, Conor McGregor. Well, look, they got one. But here's the thing, they got one, but I think they got the. Well, no, this is true. But okay, so if you put it like that, in comparison to boxers going to MMA, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're probably right. But my thing is, MMA fighters crossing over into boxing, they all, I mean, like these dudes is getting knocked out by YouTubers. But however, this was the most important one. This is the first time the heavyweight champ of the world is fighting an MMA fighter. And win or lose, whether some people think he won or some people think he lost, he got dropped. He got dropped by MMA fighters some people would consider to be a novice boxer. And you got dropped. It wasn't a fluke knockdown. Huh?
It's not a consideration. He is a novice boxer.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it, because they do box in MMA. I don't think he's a great boxer for MMA either.
MMA
he got power
boxing.
though.
I get what you're saying. They incorporate boxing in it, but it's still not boxing though. You understand what I'm saying? They may incorporate certain steps. Breakdancing might incorporate a ballet move, but it ain't ballet.
Yeah, nah, I hear you. Well, like I was saying last week, boxing is pretty much predicated by the rules that govern it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, shit that you could do in MMA, you can't do in boxing, but they strike with their hands. Right. They strike with their hands and use the jab, use the cross, hook, uppercuts, body punches. They do all of the same thing boxers do, just the rules are slightly different. But I think even by MMA standards, Francis Ngannou is not a great boxer. His power is just something ridiculous, and it's clear. We said in the last episode that we didn't think he would even touch Fury, let alone knock him down, and he put him on his ass.
Absolutely, this is an absolute shocker for me.
So it says something about that man's power. Hold on, let's take a good look at this. Look at your man. Look at your man. Look, he's standing over him like the African warrior he is. Shout out to Cameroon. Like he's standing over him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, man. This is what did it, man. This is exactly why he was on his ass. Hold on, watch this. They sent him into that ring. They sent that brother into that ring with that African warrior spirit, man. Look him over there. Look, how relaxed he is. You know he was in there fighting for his ancestors, man. Hey. That man knew he was in there. He was in there fighting for his ancestors, B. You know what I mean? He put this white man on his ass. Look at that. The Gypsy King, you know what I'm saying, is laying on his goddamn back. By that African warrior right there. That African warrior put this white man on his ass. Yo, man, like, again, we predicted.
Yeah, nah.
We predicted Fury to win this fight, which he did. So I guess technically our prediction was right. How it looked was completely different. But we made it clear we was rooting for the brother. We always home team over here on the Parry. We always home team over here on the Parry. We was rooting for the brother. He did his thing. I think he should have won the fight. Could have been a robbery. I mean, to me, I think, yeah, nah, I'm going with it. I'm going with that narrative. It was a robbery, man. Forget it. I'm backtracking like a mug right now. I'm going with the narrative. It was a robbery. And Ngannou should have won this fight. He put him on his ass. He came in there with the spirit of the ancestors. He dropped him with a tough left hook. You snap, crackling, and popping again, Jay. Put him on his ass. And he did it for us, man. Nah, you good now. You good now. He did it for us, man. He did that for us. For the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Let me just remind everybody, man. When you come in here, man, please jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button, toss around that share button, let the people know we here, you feel me? You know what I mean? You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Thread. All the same handle, the Parry 101. And why is it 101? Because we teaching y'all about this sport here that we love called boxing, you feel me? Because the Parry is fundamental to boxing. This was just a total shocker. A total shocker last night, man. But like, we could talk about, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking in circles when it comes to this fight, man, because I'm still just kind of, I want to watch it again, to be honest.
Yeah.
To make sure that I don't feel like, you know, because I do watch a fight, especially when it's a brother involved and somebody who ain't of the African persuasion. I do kind of look at it with an eye, like, I kind of give the brother the edge. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a, you know, I tend to do that. You know what I mean? Sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you. I tend to do that sometimes, but I think that's natural. I think the white man do that too. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to watch it with more of an objective eye, because I was pulling for Ngannou. I did predict, but because I kind of feel like, because I didn't see Fury dog walk him like we predicted, that he won the fight. You know what I mean? Like, we predicted this was to be a dog walking.
And I mean, it's one of them kind of fights where that's how he was supposed to win. It's not a victory unless you dog walk him. Like, let's really be honest. You know, if I step off the NBA court and onto the NFL field, you know, I'm expected to be dog walked out there, regardless of how athletical I am and if I don't, it's gonna, you know, it's not going to look good for the other team or whatever the situation may be, regardless if the win, lose, or draw. If I don't get dog walked in a situation like that, if he didn't get dog walked, if he didn't beat his ass, it's a loss in itself. That's why situations like this can be lose-lose. You got to be real careful, because winning, you're expected to win. Blow them out, you're expected to blow them out. Struggle, even if you win, struggle, now is what's really going on. Lose, God forbid, like I said, it's almost a lose-lose situation going into a fight like this, unless you're looking at the bank account, unless it's just a bank account statement. But career-wise, it's a lose-lose for legacy and career.
Now, is it bad because it was Tyson Fury? What if Tyson Fury was my man Big Bang Zhang or Joe Joyce or
Then we would have
Daniel
said that they was
Dubois.
hype. We would have said that they was hype. They hadn't proven themselves, and that they weren't as good as we thought they were. But being that it wasn't, and it was who is universally respected as the number one guy in the division, it brings a whole nother, it opens up a whole nother can of worms. The fact that he's this is the thing that's really big. He is the champion, universally respected as the champion in the most prestige, or which should be the most prestige division in boxing. You understand what I'm saying? He beat the heir to the throne that Muhammad Ali sat on. You know what I'm saying? That Larry Holmes sat on, that Joe Louis sat on.
Mike Tyson.
So Mike Tyson. And we see who was in his training, which is another thing I was going to get into. But since you brought it up, we might as well just roll into it right now. Mike Tyson as a trainer. Does this actually speak to Mike Tyson as a trainer? Like, is a part of this element what Mike Tyson was able to fundamentally put into this kid?
I don't think Mike takes on the challenge of training this guy if he didn't see something in him or feel like he had a shot. Maybe Mike saw something we didn't see. You know what I'm saying? For him to, you don't see Mike helping a lot. I mean, Mike, clearly he loves the sport, but you don't see Mike training a lot of people. Like, he'll show some, like, everybody I saw him giving some tips to was like, but this is just what I've seen. I don't know what is happening behind the scenes, but everything we see on camera is usually somebody we've seen before. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a novice stepping into the ring about to fight the lineal heavyweight champion. He might have, because Mike is also a big MMA fan. Like, he loves the UFC, and which in turn I believe he's probably a big fan of Francis Ngannou, and maybe he really legit thought that we could shock the world. But to answer your question, I think it does. You kind of got to give Mike some credit. Dewey Cooper also did help him out, and I'm, no offense, I'm no big fan of Dewey Cooper.
Not at all, but
kind of creeps me out a little bit. But you got to give Dewey Cooper some credit.
I don't like the name. I don't like Dewey as a name. You know what I mean? I don't like that name.
I don't know. Maybe it's all the Pearsons for me, man. He just, you know what I mean? But no disrespect, man. Shout out Dewey Cooper, man. Whatever. But, like, you got to give him some credit. You got to give both of them guys some credit, but Mike definitely got to get some credit. I think Dewey Cooper was the main trainer, but Mike, Mike worked him with him a lot, and he was saying too, like, y'all gonna see. And here's the thing, he was matched up against somebody that was named after him.
That was the irony of it. That was the irony. Mike worked the corner, and I've always heard Mike root for Tyson Fury on the basis that he was named after him.
Right. Mike didn't actually work the corner, though. Mike was in the crowd in his suit. I thought he was going to work the corner, but he was in the crowd in his suit, but he popped up right after the fight. He might have been shouting instructions, but Dewey Cooper and I forgot my man's name was in the corner. But
so
but
now
Mike
what role did Mike Tyson actually play then? Did he train him? Did he help train him? Like, did he give him point? Or was they just working out that day and then they took a photo op and
Nah, almost every training footage I seen in Ngannou for this training camp, Mike was there. Mike was in there sweating too. You know what I'm saying?
His camp. Mike was in his training camp.
Mike was in his training camp. And I'm going to say for Tyson Fury to be having a 12-week training camp with all that back fat, man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, dog.
Mm.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. 12 weeks? I mean, like, listen, man, I ain't in the best shape right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make no excuses, but I had a little injury there. You know what I'm saying? Over the past few months, I packed on a few pounds. My face got a little round. You feel me? But you give me 12 weeks. Give me 12 weeks from today. You know what I'm saying? Six pack is ripping again, fam. The back fat gone. You hear? Like, that's crazy.
We have to be real. We have to look at it from, different levels. How old is Tyson Fury now?
Man, I'm 10 years older than Tyson Fury. Me. You give me 12 weeks, I don't have the back fat, fam.
But I'm not. I get that. But there's different, like, you're a different specimen than Tyson Fury. We have different genetics than Tyson Fury. However, with that being said, I'm just speaking on Tyson Fury's age, not so much of how much he might have trained or didn't train, did or didn't train. My question is, so Tyson Fury is 35 years old. We have to start looking at the shelf life of Tyson Fury. How many more big fights does Tyson Fury have in him at the top of the division? He's not a young guy no more. He's not a young man. And we know this is a young man's sport. And I don't know how old Ngannou is.
Ngannou, man. Put some
Ngannou.
respect on his
That's
name,
what I
man.
said.
He's the actual
Ngannou,
heavyweight
man.
champ of the world right now. Yeah.
He should be. He's the people's champion. He's the one the people elected. But unfortunately, the people that counted, because the fight was an official fight.
It was. His record is 0-1 right now,
which is crazy. So basically, in this man's first fight, he bested the heavyweight champion of the world, and should be the heavyweight. So this guy should have won the heavyweight title in his first fight. Is what we're saying here at the panel.
Well, technically the chip wasn't on the line for this fight, but had he won, like on the cards, and he actually won this fight in the eyes of the people, like right now we feel like he won, and in my opinion, I'm calling him, he's the lineal heavyweight champion of the world in my opinion. But if he actually won on the cards, he wouldn't have got the belt, but he would have got the title.
They wouldn't have sanctioned it. Okay, that makes.
He would have got the title though in the eyes of the boxing world. He would have been legit. You would have had to, exhibition or not. You would have had to look. Actually, not even exhibition. It's a sanctioned fight.
Was it an exhibition or a bout?
Nah, it's actually not. It was actually a sanctioned fight. WBC came up with a Saudi Arabia, I don't know how you say that part of the Rida belt for the fight. They had a belt. It wasn't a world championship belt, but it was a WBC belt on the line. You talking about the WBC champion, the lineal heavyweight champion, taking the L to the former heavyweight champion, didn't lose his belt in the octagon, walked away from it, dropped his belt. So he's technically still the heavyweight champ of the UFC. He would have been the champ. He'd have been the champ.
Double champ. He'd have been the fighting champ.
Period. And technically, he is.
Grab your ass, whatever. So he ultimately can argue that he's the greatest fighter in the world right now. Period.
He'll beat your ass. He'll beat your ass in the street, in the ring, or the octagon.
This guy. We have a superstar on our hands with this guy.
Man.
You're talking about a guy who he can go back and forth. Fight for the title, and then fight for the title.
Yo, you know who's happy as shit right now? The PFL, which is the organization that signed him for MMA. His next MMA fight, if he goes back to MMA, I don't know if he want to stick around in boxing. I'm pretty sure he could do either one. So he going
to check. Yo, he might be able to get some nice checks out of boxing right now.
No, that's for sure.
Because now you got to look at it like who's the big guys in the division right now. You got it's Fury,
Wilder,
Fury, and Wilder, and
Joshua.
So now what he just did to Fury creates all types of intrigue. Can he do that to Joshua? How would he stand against Wilder?
I think him and Joshua. I think him and Joshua's a war. To be honest, Joshua's just as slow as he is. Just keep it a bean. I think Wilder probably knocks his head off.
The factor.
Right, it's the power.
The major factor.
It's the power. They both got power though.
But it's the timing.
That too. But I think Wilder probably knocks his head off. But listen, I actually think some of the, I don't want to say lower level like these guys aren't good, but some of the up and coming heavyweights, like I like that Chinese dude, man, Bang Zhang, man. I like him. Jared Anderson, like Daniel Dubois, do whatever, homeboy. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think them guys are actually probably beat Ngannou, especially my Chinese homeboy, man. I think
Bang
Zhang,
bang.
bang
Bang Zhang.
bang, bang Zhang, man. I think I
You
think
think
bang Zhang.
they all beat Ngannou?
Uh, I think Bang Zhang. I think he got a little bit too much pop in them hands. Like he's skilled for a big man, and his punch is thud, man. It ain't like Fury's, man. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna say they beat him. I'm gonna say like, look, man, it's he got some competition in the heavyweight ranks. It ain't just like you go to the top guy and you know, because you knocked him down and basically in the eyes of the world you beat him, that everybody else is a cakewalk for you. Feel me?
Well,
I think
I feel you
I
on that.
think he got some competition. That's in probably lower levels as far as the rankings is concerned. Some good fights out there for him. But I'm gonna say this. Hold on, my wife is all like, what happened? You don't see I'm over here doing my show, lady? What you looking for? Oh, pardon the interruption, people. Yeah. Uh, call it. I think that when he goes back to the PFL, they better have a check waiting for my man, like a big time check,
Mm-hmm.
because he done solidified and stamped his name in front of the world as like you said, as a legit superstar, and PFL might with a name like Francis Ngannou, and depending on what type of checks they're gonna be writing for my man, they may be able to lure some other talent over there that make them compete with the UFC. UFC may not have a corner on the market when it comes to MMA for much longer.
Because you may be looking
Because
at us, like I said, we may be looking at a new star. And
well, I think
stars help build these leagues. You need a
I
star to build these leagues. You needed a Chuck Liddell. You needed a Shamrock. You needed uh uh what's my man, my man Silver. You need these guys. You need the stars.
right, but here's what I think is next on the horizon for somebody like Ngannou. This is a boxing show. We don't really talk MMA, but I know a little bit about MMA. John
We talk
Jones,
fighting though. We do talk fighting though.
yeah, facts. John Jones, who is arguably, I ain't gonna say arguably, I don't think it's up for much debate. John Jones is the GOAT of MMA. However, he's now the heavyweight champion in the UFC. And
Right.
but he never faced or took the strap from Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou is now, I don't think he's not the heavyweight champion in PFL. I don't even think he laced him up yet. If he did, I don't think he went in and took a strap from nobody yet. But technically, considering what he just accomplished, he's the big name over there, and at some point he's probably going to be the heavyweight champion over there. So the big fight next for him is probably as some type of cross promotion between PFL and UFC to have their heavyweight champion go up against Francis Ngannou.
Mm-hmm.
Then we really get to see who's the. I mean, I'm gonna be real, man. I think John Jones is probably a little bit too much to deal with, but he do got that power, and that's always the equalizer right there, man. When you got power like that to put, what I'm saying, somebody like the Gypsy King, put him on his ass. Like I'm just, this picture just got me like.
But are we
I'm
talking
still
about the Gypsy King?
I'm still shocked.
Are we talking about his jaw? Are we talking about like he didn't put Foreman down? You understand what I'm saying? He didn't put Holyfield down. Like, I'm trying to figure out. See, I have a serious issue, as you know, with the heavyweight division. I just can't get past the trashness, the dumpster juiceness that we call a heavyweight division right now. And a lot of it is because we don't have good American fighters no more that want to be heavy, that want to fight heavyweight. We don't have young Americans no more And I'm talking about young brothers. We don't have
Like it or
young.
not, you from Africa. Big ass.
We're not
I'm
going
Trey
there.
today.
This is not a political show. You know what I'm saying? I was born in New Jersey. You understand what I'm saying? I was born in New Jersey, which is in the United States of America.
You one of them
You know what I'm
FBA
saying?
ninjas. All right, no.
When I go over to the Caribbean, I have to be an American citizen. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I've never went nowhere outside of the country where I was called anything but an American citizen, a citizen of the United States. I am an African though. Let's not get it twisted. I'm an African descended person. I'm just going off my nationality. But anyway,
your
that's what I
nationality.
mean.
You one of them. His mama named him Clay.
My
I'm gonna call him Clay.
I ain't got no other nationality except for, you know, when I go out the country, United States of America, United States citizen. Yes, sir. Absolutely. I'm a United States citizen.
Mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay ass. Anyway.
I'm not an American. No. I'm not an American in that sense. No. We're not gonna go there with it. We're not gonna go there and, you know, split the atoms. I'm just being generic and being just using terms for what they're worth. That's all I'm saying.
Cue the Hulk Hogan theme music. I am a real. Nah, I ain't gonna do that to you, G. I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna do that to you, man.
Yeah, man. I ain't say throwing some Jim Saw Duggett or nothing. Yeah, man.
Oh man.
But what I was saying though is that's a lot of the problem. We don't have young brothers. We don't have young brothers who want to take. We talked about this last episode. They'd rather be linebackers. They'd rather be centers. They'd rather be power forwards right now. So we definitely spoke about the issue of why that is. But I do think that something like this can shake up the division and create excitement in the division. You know, we have a division where guys don't want to fight each other. There's no big fights being made. When they are, they're few and far between. You know, like, all right, let's be honest. If it wasn't for what Fury did to Wilder in the first fight, and I was pulling that draw off, if it wasn't for what Fury did to Wilder in the first fight, we wouldn't even be having this conversation about Fury. That fight would have been gone and over with. And you understand what I'm saying? That wasn't what I mean. What I mean by that is when that fight was announced, that wasn't a big fight over here. That wasn't a big fight to the world. That was a big fight to Britons. You understand what I'm saying? Most people didn't even know who Tyson Fury was when he fought Deontay Wilder as far as the American boxing fans. They just thought he fight some big white dude with the name Tyson.
Right.
You know, I'm having to tell people this dude is legit. I had to tell people, this dude is legit. Like, he's legit. He's for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and nobody took him seriously until he fought Klitschko. Nobody really took him serious until after the Klitschko fight.
Until after the Klitschko fight. But even with that fight, right, in the American public, because we're talking about the boxing fans. We're talking about the people who really know boxing. None of the boxing fans took him serious until the Klitschko fight. Until that fight. This is correct. But what I'm saying is this. You got a Briton facing a Ukrainian, a Russian Ukrainian. Because the reality of it is the Klitschko's is actually Russians. You know what I'm saying? But you got them facing a Russian Ukrainian. There's no real interest in the American public. Let's just be honest. Lennox Lewis had a hard time creating interest with the American public. He eventually
he was repping 3 different countries.
Dominant champion. You said what?
He was repping 3 different countries. He was a Canadian, Jamaican, Brit.
Indeed. He was repping all types of different countries.
But
we didn't know what he was.
So now next up you got Fury versus Usyk. Now after this shit, put it back up on the goddamn screen. Put this back up there. After this, how much interest we got in the Usyk Fury undisputed bout, man? Like, first of all, this is after this knockdown. After this, I ain't gonna say ass whooping, but he lost. After this fight, man, the fact that we got 2 Europeans fighting for undisputed, man, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of turning me off. It's making me kind of sick to my stomach. Where I mean, of course, we want to know who's the baddest, who's the undisputed champion in the heavyweight division. Haven't been one in some time, but this is sad.
So
Like you,
who was
like
the
that. Now,
last
now
undisputed
I'm
champion?
starting to agree with you, man. Huh?
Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna hear you now. I'm gonna hear you. Go ahead.
I'm, I'm starting to agree with you in regards to just the state of the heavyweight boxing now, man. To where the man that's considered the baddest man on the planet got dropped by an MMA fighter, but he's still about to fight undisputed against a cruiserweight, an undersized heavyweight who
Just
got the majority of the
by a
belts.
body shot. Who legitimately got knocked out by a body shot in his last fight.
Yeah, they both got dropped by two brothers.
I'm supposed to be excited about this division. You see what I'm saying, though? I'm supposed to be excited about this division.
It's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad, man. Like,
And
that's the only way I can put it.
There's not even a breath of fresh air in the division right now. There's not even somebody young, exciting, capturing the imaginations of anybody. Right? We don't even have a Michael Grant right now in the division, or a Chris Bird that at least is creating some type of interest or piquing some type of excitement.
Yo, somebody give, you know what I'm saying, big baby Jared Anderson a shot, man. Like, I need to see some brothers in here mixing it up, trying to get a belt. Or at the very least, man, you know, let my man Bang Zhang come in there and take somebody's strap, man. I'm tired of this. Yo, the heavyweight division been dominated by Europeans, like, and over the last, since the Klitschko era, right?
No.
No. Listen, no, hear me
the
out.
Lennox Lewis era.
Hold on. I'm not talking about where you from.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
I see where you're going. But Lennox represented Europe though.
Yeah. But I'm not.
Style, he represented. Even his style was a European style that he used to box.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. He was a brother. He was trained by Emmanuel Stewart. He was one of ours, at least while he was the heavyweight champ. I don't care. I'm going with that. I'm going with that narrative. But this is what I'm saying.
No,
this is what I'm saying, though. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, though. Since the Klitschko era, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, there's only been one black heavyweight champion, and he only had one belt. Other than Anthony Joshua, he did come and beat the Klitschko's, but I'm saying, like, okay, you know what? I got to add Anthony Joshua. So it's been two. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. They was both champions at the same time. Didn't fight.
Disgraceful.
Now we back to the European era in heavyweight boxing, and now one of them, if they fight, because it sounds like based off that post fight, it sounds like Fury, he may be doing the dipping, ducking, and dodging, but they already signed up to fight on December 23rd for Undisputed. So now the baddest man on the planet as far as boxing is concerned, it's gonna be a European. A white European at that.
All right, let's look at it like this. Post Lennox Lewis era, right? Who was the most dominant heavyweight?
Post. Klitschko?
There you go. Klitschko. It dominated the weak division. But I'm saying that to say, really look at like Klitschko dominated, and I don't even know which one. Which Klitschko? Which Klitschko are we talking about? Are we talking about Vitaly?
I always mix their name up. Vladimir, Vitaly. I don't know. I forget who's who.
Vitaly's the older one. Vitaly's the one who he fought Lennox.
That's the one with the muscle face.
Yeah, the one with the longer, looked like more like a horse. The other one looks like an Eastern European De La Hoya.
He said an Eastern European De La Hoya. Yo. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. That's why I rocks with the 147-pound division. I'm rocking with the lightweight division. I'm even rocking with some featherweights. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? 154-pound division.
You're doing it because you ain't have a choice. You're not doing it because you just, don't get me wrong. I personally think the welterweight division has been the most exciting division throughout the years to watch in boxing. I don't think there's been a better division since I was a kid, going back to when it was the Fab Four, back not even the Fab Four because it wasn't even the Fab Four, but going back to when you had Leonard and when you had Hearns, and to when you had Corte and you had De La Hoya, you had Trinidad, you had Lopez, you had Lewis, Six Heads Lewis, you had Page. Like, you had a division that was just deep with talent. The welterweight division just stayed deep to the era of Spence and Crawford, the Mayweather era. The welterweight division has always been where it's at.
Shout out Terry Norris.
They got the lightweight speed, and they can hit damn near like a middleweight. The middleweights is where you expect it to be, because they can hit like the heavyweights and they got the speed like the lighter weights. But for the past, since the 70s, the welterweights has been where it's at.
Well,
and until the welterweights decide to go to the middleweight division is whack. It takes the welterweights to go up to the middleweight division.
Fury versus Usyk. How you see that fight happen now, Mr. Fatback?
I see Fury being too big. Fury knows how to use his size as a big guy. He knows how to fight big. He knows how to lean on people. He's awkward in his movements. He's hard to hit clean. He knows how to smuggle those shots. And he's very active. I just have to favor Fury, even after what I seen on Saturday night, based off of what I seen in Usyk's last outing. And Usyk's last outing, he didn't show me a fighter that really belongs in the heavyweight division, taking punches from the big guys. Especially when you're on the ground like that after a legit body shot. Well, I'm not saying that body shot wouldn't have done that. I'm saying you're looking for ways out now. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at your character now in the ring. You got a lot of dogging, and it ain't thoroughbred. You know what I'm saying? It ain't pit bull. That's some mud. You got some mud in you.
To me, the only allure of that fight is the fact that it's for undisputed. You know what I mean? I wish. Oh man, I wish they could both lose, but Usyk is I ain't gonna lie, I can't take nothing away from Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying? He definitely want the fight. He ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? Excellent boxer, Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Come from that Ukraine Lomachenko school of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Where they use the footwork and, you know what I'm saying, angles, and like Usyk is a great boxer, man. I give him that, man. But yeah, I think Fury may be a little bit too big for him. But at the same time, we were saying the same thing about him in the ring with this MMA fighter. And that MMA fighter did
but
this
it wasn't
shit.
so much the size, though. It wasn't the size. With the MMA fighter, it was the fact that he was an MMA fighter and never had a professional fight in the boxing ring. So you have to understand, that says a lot. That says a lot for him. Like, you have to understand what he accomplished in the ring is, like, he should be on every Wheaties box, right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what he accomplished was
I love this
was
picture.
Amazing. What he accomplished was amazing.
I love this picture, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Like, this is one of my, there's photos that's iconic in boxing. You know what I'm saying? This is right here. Like, if I'm gonna try to find a way to frame this, even with our logo right there in the background. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the person doing our thumbnails. That's me. Yo,
yeah, what's the most iconic boxing photo? Would you say? What would you say is the most iconic boxing photo? Since we're talking boxing photos.
The one with Ali standing over listening.
I knew that was coming. Ali standing over listening.
I ain't gonna front. Like, that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite photos. Period. Like, not even just boxing. Like, I love that picture. I just love that photo, man. He's standing over him like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is, B. You know what I'm saying? That was the second fight, I believe, right? The Phantom Punch.
Yeah, that was
standing over him. Yeah,
even
though if you watch it in slow mo, he rocked his jaw. Like, you saw that. Like, don't even act like you ain't see that punch. Don't do that. We not. I'm out. Yes. He landed that shot, B. You can see it. Stop. Nah, we not doing that. We not
And the
doing
fight
that.
that took him about 20 seconds to get up. It took that man 20 seconds. No, we are doing this. Is the
Yo,
past.
fam,
What are you
it's the
talking
ones
about?
you don't see. It's the ones you
Nah,
don't
I'm not
see
talking
that hurt
about
the
him not.
most.
I'm not. Nobody else seen it either. But I'm not talking about him. Not. I'm not talking about.
Man, I'm
I'm
about
not
to take
talking
you off
about
the stage.
listening. I'm not talking about listening, not seeing it. What I'm asking you is this. What I'm asking you was this. Was that shot, like you talking about this shot being so, like, you seen it rock his jaw?
Yes, man. Watch it in slow
That
mo.
so wait a minute. That was a shot that would have took 20 something seconds to get up.
If you,
Remember,
fam,
Jersey
if you
Joe
don't see the
Walcott was
shot,
the ref. Wait, Jersey,
here we
wait, just
go.
1 second. 1 second, just wait. Jersey Joe Walcott was the referee of that fight. It took him about damn near 10 seconds just to get Ali to go to a neutral corner. If you remember, they actually stopped the fight after Jersey Joe let the fight go on because they said that the count was over, that he had already been counted out.
That boy got put, man, and that's that. There was no controversy, ain't no conspiracy theories. The greatest of all time
That's
put
why
that boy.
Fight happened in Lewiston, Maine. That's why that fight happened at an ice skating rink in Lewiston, Maine. Let's be real.
Yo, they was fighting in the most obscure locations back then, though, B.
No, they weren't.
They was fighting in the most yes, they was. They was fighting in cities people don't fight in. They was fighting in cities people don't fight in today.
Where was the first fight? Where did the first fight take place in?
Remind me. It wasn't in the Garden.
I wasn't the Garden.
Was it Philly?
I think it was Philly. You gotta see that. I'm off right now. I don't know.
How many big fights? Let's give it a bean. How many big fights happen in Philly nowadays?
But this is what I do know. They used to always happen in Philly, though. They had the, you know what I mean? But this is what they used to happen at the Spectrum all the time. But this is what I do know. I know that the second fight happened at a skating rink in Lewiston, Maine, because nobody would house that second fight. It had nothing to do with they fighting obscure places. The Garden wouldn't house it. Vegas wouldn't house. Nobody would house that fight.
Nobody was even fighting in Vegas yet.
You know, just what do you mean they was fighting in Vegas?
I mean, it wasn't like it is now with like damn near every big fight is in Vegas. It wasn't like that.
Now. It's not like it is. It's not like it is now, but they was fighting in Vegas.
Listen, man.
The mob used to own Vegas, and the mob used to run boxing. They was definitely fighting in Vegas, fam.
Yeah, but we ain't here to talk you and your conspiracy theories about Ali, man. You always talking crazy.
No. Look up the second fight and look up why it happened in Lewiston, Maine. It happened in Lewiston, Maine because they said that Ali claimed that he was getting all these death threats from Malcolm X's followers, and nobody wanted to house the fight. There was a lot of beef going on around that time when that fight happened.
But what that got to do with the punch?
There was also threats that the mob was supposed to be involved. What that had to do with the punch? It just that punch couldn't have took place in the Garden. That's why. That punch couldn't have took place in Atlantic City. It had to take place in an ice skating rink in Lewiston, Maine. That's my point. That's my point.
That's still the most iconic picture in boxing, in my opinion.
It absolutely is. You know what Ali was yelling at him? Come on, man. They gonna know we faking this shit. Get the fuck up, man. You blowing this shit.
Yo,
come on, man. You know what Ali was yelling? Come on, man. You at least make this shit look believable, man. Get the fuck up,
like,
man.
Come on, brother. I barely touched you.
I didn't drop you with that. You know damn well I ain't touched you. That was the same punch that Mike Tyson dropped Bruce Seldon with.
Oh, man. Look, man. We gonna wrap this up, man, because you talking crazy. You actually upsetting me, man, by disrespecting the greatest of all time. Talking about, look, man, I saw the punch. The punch landed.
Because you're not being realistic, and you're thinking. See, I don't. There's the boxing side of you I don't like, because it's too. Oh, we're not going there. Oh, how dare you disrespect the GOAT? It's that and third. No, that's not how we do this over here. You know what I mean? First of all, I seen Ken Norton beat Muhammad Ali 3 times. 3 times.
Here we go.
Ali refused to give Foreman a rematch. Did you know that? Did you know he refused to give Foreman a rematch? And you know what?
Why? He put that boy.
Do you know what condition he said he would give him a rematch under? If he had Dick Tiger if he brought back Dick Tiger.
Hold
You
up,
know why
listen.
Foreman fired Dick Tiger? You know why Foreman fired Dick Tiger?
Why?
Huh? Because he
Why?
accused them of poisoning them. Because he
Oh,
accused them
come
of
on.
poisoning them.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
You mean to tell me that you never heard none of this? Foreman to this day
Listen,
still talks about this.
I've heard it, but I'm not paying attention to that.
Foreman to
Yo,
this day still talks about this. You think I'm making this up? No, I'm not telling you this is real. I'm telling you that this is a fact, though, as far as this is what the climate was. This is what was going on. Now, you could, oh, man, this, that, and third, but yeah. Yeah.
Ali Boombaye, goddammit. That's all I got to
Why he
say.
didn't get a man a rematch, though?
Because he didn't need to. That boy got put.
Oh, so and look who he went on to fight after that. Look who Ali went on to fight after that.
That boy got put.
Frazier a formative rematch. Instead of giving Foreman a rematch. Come on. You can say all that you want, but you give the champ the chance that he gave you. That's just how this thing works. You know what I mean? You give the champ the chance that he gave you. You going to tell me that that's not right? Now you going to tell me, I'm asking you, that's not right? Not giving.
It don't always work like that, man. It don't always work like that. Is what I'm saying.
Frazier the second time, right? It was for a chance to fight Ali. Both of them fighters was promised the winner of that fight would fight Ali. Either Frazier was going to fight Ali. Because he was the name. Wait a minute. No, he was the champ. It had nothing to do with the name. They wanted the title. And they were the number one contenders. This was for the number one contender, right? They were fighting. When Foreman fought Frazier in the second fight, the winner became the number one contender and was supposed to fight Ali. But Ali refused to fight Foreman. Come on, man. And I'm not a Foreman fan. I just know boxing. I know boxing and I know the politics. I know the truth. Everybody starts to sensationalize and starts to romanticize about these fighters when, like, they did a whole bunch of bullshit in the ring, out of the ring, and we sit there and, oh, they're the GOAT and they can't do. No. And I'm not saying this about Ali. I'm generalizing right now. Because I think Ali is one of the GOATs, one of the greatest. The GOAT is Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm not taking nobody's changing that for me. The actual GOAT. Ali is the self-proclaimed GOAT. That's his title he came up with. But pound for pound, Sugar Ray Robinson. Pound for pound, it's Sugar Ray Robinson. And I understand people want to make that to be Floyd, and they want to talk this, Floyd beat all these champions. Floyd did not beat the most champions. He beat the most titleists. That's the reality. People talking all these champions. The WBO is a newly respected title, championship. So when motherfuckers start adding the WBO and all that type of shit, why you ain't play the punch though? Why you ain't show me the punch in slow motion? Or show me a still shot.
No, show me a still shot of the punch that did that to that man. Listen, man.
And why did he look like that? But a second earlier, he was rolling around, and right after that, he was looking crazy. Like he was rolling around.
When Muhammad Ali knocked out Sonny Liston, the story behind the most famous image in sport. This is what I'm saying. I was just talking about what was the iconic pick. I was only talking about the picture. You want to be getting into the conspiracy theories. Look, man,
don't do that,
you see that?
Disagree about the pick.
That boy got put, man.
Nothing about that pick. That pick is the most iconic boxing pick ever. My favorite is probably Pernell Whitaker punching on Chavez on Sports Illustrated.
That boy got put, man. That boy got put. Look at that boy. He looking up at him like, holy shit, man. I didn't even see that punch. I'm not going off of
that, though. I'm not buying what you selling right now, though.
Look.
Because you're not play the clip, and you'll clearly see that that's not what's going on. You showing me a still shot. Pay the clip. And look at, you caught Ali swinging, yelling, but you ain't catch the whole Ali ranting on him. Ali was yelling, boy, get up, man.
You ain't telling him to get up. He wanted to punish him some more. You know what I'm saying?
Punish him some more, man. He knew that Sonny fucked up, man.
He wanted to punish him some more. You know, listen, and you know what? You know
Sonny
why Ali
that script up, man.
You know why Ali was able to do that, bro. Actually, you know why? You know why Ali? What happened to Ali when he was in No, he fought. It was the Rumble of the Zaire, right? It was Zaire, the Congo, when he fought Foreman, right?
What about that? When he took the money from Mobutu, right? When he was hobnobbing with Mobutu.
This is what This is what people was yelling in the crowd when my man was going out when he was training for the fight. Hey, that same energy, man. That same spirit. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens.
That's not what they were saying.
That's what.
That's not what they were saying. No. Listen, I seen Ali. Listen, let me tell you something. I seen Ali, who was in LA, hanging out in Hollywood, right? Talk all this shit about a brother who was in the hood in Philly with the brothers, calling the brother all type of Uncle Toms when he was the real brother, when he was the real people's people. You understand what I'm saying? Call him all type of gorillas and all type of whack shit. And he was the one that was down with the brothers in the hood. Meanwhile, this motherfucker got Angelo Dundee and Ferdy Pacheco in his corner. Come on, dog.
Listen, man, he was rocking with Elijah Muhammad. Peace be upon him. All due to Allah.
And then where he went. And then he went with Wallace. And then he went with Wally World. You know what I mean?
He went with Wally World.
You know what I mean? Then he turned Wally World. You feel me?
Yo.
He was Elijah. He was. Then he went Wally World.
Look, man, all praise due to Allah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, man.
Your name
Outside
shall be
politics,
Muhammad Ali. Yo, he got his name.
I'm not even going into the politics.
He didn't even have to wear the X.
Wearing the Are you really gonna go there, man? See, I don't want to talk to politics because this ain't that. This ain't that at all. But if you don't know why,
I know why.
Because it had to do with Malcolm X. All right. So if you don't know why, that was a
he ain't have to wear the X. He wasn't Cash's ex.
Because of Malcolm X. That's why.
His name was Muhammad.
They was getting Malcolm X out of the way.
Muhammad
the only way to do it is,
Ali.
You don't have. We're gonna give you a name. We never gave him a name, but we're gonna give you a name. He been down since day one, but you're gonna get the name.
Uh-oh.
You should know better, man. You should know why he was never.
Like the screen froze up over here.
Man, because you got the FBI on the line now.
Yo, hold up. Let me see something. Oh, nah.
You froze.
Yeah, I froze.
I'm
Listen,
good.
Man.
My shit Gucci. I fixed my shit. I went behind the screens and said, let me get this right. Let me get rid of that static, snap, crackle, pop, tiki. Let me get this out the way, get down the way.
Yo, we may have to just shut this down.
Nah, they didn't like because you was being foolish. They had, you know what I mean? You was being foolish. You know what?
Yo,
enough is enough.
Yo, I'm a double back. Give me a second. I'm a double back.
Copy.
Let me.
As you see, you know, we talking ideology, boxing ideology though. This is boxing ideology here, and a lot of people they idolize and they make heroes out of some of these boxers that don't get me wrong. Mike Tyson in the world of boxing is my boxing hero. You understand what I'm saying? Marvin Hagler, who did a lot of things in his personal life that I'm not down with, but is my hero. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of boxing hero. These are Muhammad Ali is one of my boxing heroes because he did a lot of things great. But you're not gonna sit there and act like Muhammad Ali, like Joe Frazier wasn't really that dude. You're not gonna act like Muhammad Ali wasn't wrong for not giving George Foreman a rematch. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where my problems come in. You know, when you start to look at when you look at it from that perspective.
Listen, man. Once again, shout out to Francis Ngannou. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. God damn it.
I love Muhammad Ali. I love Muhammad Ali.
Then don't disrespect. Don't disrespect his name. Don't even speak his name, man. That's the stuff of Allah.
I love Joe. See what I'm saying? You religious now. I didn't know you took your shahada. You know what I mean?
Actually, I did. You know that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about I ain't know you retook it though, because you know after you miss your salat for so many days, you gotta retake it. You know what I mean? You missed 3 June. You
See, now you breaking up. Now you break it up, man. You know what I'm saying? What you saying is haram. You know what I'm saying? Stuff for the law. Stuff for the lahi. You know what I'm saying? You snap, cracking, and popping, man. I think it's time for us to raise up, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we need to back out and double back. Yeah, come on, double back, man, so we can do this outro the way it need to be done. So we can raise up out of here and let people get back to their football. You know what I'm saying? Whoever rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? But once again, this is the parry where we don't pull or duck no punches, man. Jab that like button. Uppercut that subscribe button, people, man. And use that share button, man. Let the people know we here. You know what I'm saying? Also put something in the comments section for your brothers, man. You know what I mean? Rap with us, man. Let us know what you think about the episodes, what we can improve on, what other topics you may want to hear us talk about, man. Like, we here for the people. We here for y'all, man. This is the Parry 101, man. It's fundamental to boxing, you heard? So once again, jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Thread, all with the same handle. The Parry 101.
All with the same handle.
You know what I'm saying? The Parry 101. The Parry.
All you gotta remember is Parry, man. That's it. You remember Parry and you're gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your brother won that fight. But I ain't even really looking at the stats. Shout out to Jabril Africa.
Shout out Jabril Africa, man, for always being consistent here with us. You know what I'm saying? Rocking with us, man. Shout out that brother. You know what I'm saying? I know I got a bad habit of doing this, man, but I just gotta do this one time, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that up there real quick. I ain't gonna let you read that. You know what I'm saying?
But I read it already.
Here in the Parry, here in the Parry, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you like Trey. I'm gonna tell you like young. I'm gonna tell you like young Trey. I'm gonna tell you like young Trey, man. Like it or not, you African. You know what I'm saying?
I never said I wasn't.
Mafia.
Why are you acting like I said I wasn't? But you're not good. So, see, you're Canadian now, right? Go out of the country.
Here we go, man. With the low, you punching below the belt now.
You went as an African. You went to Jamaica. Tell me what when your passport was ever stamped as an African. Tell me what part of your passport has ever said anything about you being African when you travel out of this country. Because I'm talking
my melanated, my black, brown melanated skin is my passport that tells me I'm an African, brother.
Because guess what? I eat apples that are Washington apples. I eat apples that came out of the backyard of Jersey. I eat apples that came right out of Philly. You know what I mean? Yeah, they still apples, but one is a Washington apple, motherfucker, and one is a fucking Philly apple. So fuck it, I don't know what motherfuckers you talking about, man. You know what I mean? A Dominican is an African, right? Is a Dominican not an African? Is a lot of Dominicans not Africans?
A lot of black, the black ones.
A lot of Dominicans that's Africans. Why they call themselves Dominicans though? Because that's their nationality.
Because they lost their African mind.
Nationality. Ain't no such thing as Dominican as far as a people, like as far as a race. There's no Dominican race.
Dominicans are, if you Dominican, American, Jamaican.
There's no Dominican race.
Nah, we not even gonna get into this. We're not here for this, man. Shout out Jabril Africa. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you like Trey, whether you like it or not, you African. I'm your African brother. But why the UFG? I'm here with the American, the pragmatic Che Black. This has been another episode of the Parry where we don't pull or duck no punches, and the Parry is fundamental to boxing. We appreciate y'all, man.
I just don't front. I just don't front. I'm not American when it's convenient. I'm always American. I don't have a passport. I'm American, but I need to go somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put on a piece of paper I'm an American because I need a job, or I need to travel in and out of the country, or I need to change my citizenship. I'm an American because that's just, I was born there. That's just how it goes. It's just that simple. It's just that fucking simple.
Anyway,
yeah, man. Get locked up in Mexico. Get locked up in Mexico. You ain't gonna be. I'm an African. No, nigga. Part of my leg.
Nah, I'm a hand him my passport.
You gonna be like, I'm a Canadian. I'm a Canadian. I'm from Toronto. You know what I mean? You gonna be from Toronto then?
See, this guy like to punch below the belt. And on that note, we up out of here. Thank y'all for watching another episode of the Parry. We gonna raise up. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm your African brother, Bomani UFG.
There you go with this bullshit. All right, the pragmatic say black.
And thank y'all for watching another episode of Parry, where we don't pull or duck no punches, and the parry is fundamental to boxing. And like that, we up out of here. Peace.
Actually, now we're going to show you how to catch the jab. Actually, in boxing, it's called parrying.
Oh, he got that.